Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a single, simple sound cutting through the night, a deep, rounded hoot that arrives like someone clearing space in the dark. In that moment, we see nature's quiet wisdom. Tonight, we follow that single call to meet a pair of great horned owls who have taken up residence on the edge of a suburban park, using a hawk's old stick nest as their own. Let's walk softly together.
This is the great horned owl, Bubo virginianus, one of North America's most familiar night hunters. Large, ear-tufted, and impossibly still in moonlit branches, they are also habitual nest borrowers. They rarely build a platform from scratch, preferring instead to reuse nests made by hawks, crows, or even squirrels. It's an unusual trait if you think about it, resourceful rather than extravagant, and fitting for a bird that thrives along the human edge. A few nights ago, a local community oak, large, older, and threaded with the history of decades, held a hawk nest high in one of its limbs. In late winter, when leaves are thin and the world is quieter, a great horned pair quietly reclaimed that platform. I'll keep the exact location private. Sharing specifics invites curiosity that can become harmful. Instead, I want to tell you what that reuse means for timing, for chicks, and for people who live nearby. When great horned owls use an existing nest, it changes the rhythm of their season. Often they begin egg-laying earlier than many birds, sometimes as early as January in mild regions, because those large stick nests offer a ready-made shelter. Clutch sizes are modest, usually 2 to 3 eggs. Incubation is shared in the early days, then the female often takes the greater burden while the male delivers food. The eggs are warm and pale, and the first days of life are slow, careful, and intensely guarded. Nothing graphic, just the steady work of parents keeping chicks fed and sheltered. For the young owls, growing up means learning to stretch feathers, to grip a branch, to make balance their friend. The risks they face are often subtle: storms that strip branches, disturbances from close human activity, and the invisible threat of rodent poisons that travel up the food chain. I don't want to frighten you. I want to make clear what to avoid. There are practical, non-harmful steps any neighbor can take to reduce risk, and I'll list those shortly. Now, imagine how an owl experiences the night. Their world is mapped more by sound and scent than by the crisp color distinctions we rely on. With specialized feathers for silent flight, asymmetrical ears that time echoes, and eyes adapted to low light, they listen the landscape into shape. A great horned owl doesn't so much search as attend, waiting, listening, then folding the night around its movement. I'm going to invite you into a short listening practice now. This is passive, safe, and meant for your home. Please do not go out to find nests or use playback. Sit comfortably, lower distractions, and allow a single calm breath. Notice the space around you, the hum of distant traffic, the rustle of house trees, whatever is present. If you hear a bird, honor it with silence. You'll listen for about 45 seconds. No searching, no calls played, just presence. Begin when you're ready. Now, with your attention gathered, imagine hearing that single deep hoot, spaced, patient, not urgent. Let it sit. Breathe with it once. In the recording for this episode, an ethically sourced night ambiance will gently support that motif, with volume kept low and drawn down over the next minute so you can return to ordinary sounds when you choose. I want to include a short anonymized comment from a licensed wildlife rehabilitator and field recordist who works with nocturnal species. They remind listeners, if you find an apparently abandoned chick or a grounded juvenile, do not assume intervention is needed. Note exact behaviors, keep distance, and contact a licensed rehabilitator or your state wildlife agency for guidance. When you call, have location, species if known, and the animal's condition ready. This protects the bird and respects legal boundaries. A few practical stewardship steps. Simple things that help. Keep rodenticides out of use and encourage humane alternatives. Preserve large trees and avoid topping mature limbs where nests might sit. Dim and shield outdoor lighting during breeding seasons so nights remain dark, and never use playback recordings to try to lure or prove the presence of an owl. If you need help, contact licensed wildlife rehabilitators, state wildlife agency hotlines, university extension services, or certified integrated pest management professionals. These are the names and paths that keep both people and owls safe. Back to hoots and territory. Great horned owls have a few distinct hooting patterns, long, spaced series that can carry across neighborhoods. But hoot cadence varies with purpose, boundary marking, mate contact, or simple call and response. Becoming a considerate listener is about noticing patterns from indoors, not drawing birds out. You can learn to recognize one owlet's voice from another's rhythm without ever stepping into their space. That restraint is part of being a good neighbor to wildlife. There's a lightness to living near nighttime wildlife, too. People sometimes laugh at the idea of city owls, but these birds adapt, and in turn they teach us adaptability. A neighbor once told me, smiling, that the owls seemed to scold the raccoons more effectively than the neighborhood watch ever did. Humor aside, coexistence is a negotiation of respect. We don't share exact nest locations because doing so invites disturbance, and because many protections, legal and ecological, rely on people giving space. As we close, I'll leave you with a final, quiet window of sound, an intentionally sparse soundscape that draws down like a slow exhale. Over the next 60 seconds, listen for that single soft hoot motif returning once, then fading. Let it be a small reminder. The night is full of lives that go on whether we watch or not, and our job as neighbors is to be steady, patient, and humane. Thank you for sharing this small slice of night with me. If this field essay brought you a moment of calm or a new sense of care, please subscribe to Avian Tranquility for more ethically sourced night essays. You'll find vetted stewardship links and licensed contact information in the show notes. Use them if you ever need help. Until next time, watch how the world unfolds slowly, respect the silence, and remember, one bird, one story, complete peace.